Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And today is the day, at least in Japan, that the new movie for slime comes out. And to coincide with that, we have the new movie meta in our game, featuring Lumi and the brand new character Yura, the Protector Yura. So, is it worth it to summon for this beta? The live stream was earlier this morning. I did the coverage and I was like, they look okay. I don't know how I really feel about them. I've had a chance to use them a little bit, and so now I have some feelings. First off, though, the countdown mission and the daily quest that you could do, they did update those tickets to read Azir Sea Harbinger Part 1. So if you did all 10 of the daily quests and you did all 10 of your daily missions, then you will already have in your box 2 free multis for this banner. And that is not including the 2 free multis that you can farm from the event shop. So if you were a good little person and you did everything every day, you will at minimum have 4 free multis for this movie banner, which is huge. I mean, that's double the amount that we normally get for free. And it really didn't cost anything except logging in and not forgetting, which a lot of people do. People are busy. No worries about that. But if you were, diligent, then you'll have 4 free multis, which is huge because I myself, I have not bought any of these yet. I got Lumi and Yura off of those 2 free ticket multis. I did not spend a single crystal or a single dollar out of my wallet for them, which is insane. It's my best luck I've had in years, probably. So, if you were doing all that, you should have, at minimum, 2 free multis. If you're wondering where those tickets came from, they were originally called like analytical appraisal tickets. They changed their name with the data download and the release. So, but what do Yura and Lumi do? In case you missed the stream, you missed the video, they do some things, and they do some things well and some things kind of meh. Looking at Lumi, she is a water AoE DPS character, uses a book. She's on the new Tears of the Azir Sea Force, Fount of Wisdom, ODL, Pretty Sparkle, and Prosper. Again, she's an AoE attack alt. Her first skill, at the end of your turn, at the end of everyone's turn, you get 70% alt gauge for 15 points, just for one turn. You also get 70% green gauge buff, kind of like Divine General Diablo or Soka or Danmachi Shuna, but it's 70 instead of 50. And every time you use a skill, she resets it by 20 points, which is how much it normally goes up. So this skill will never cost more than 15 points. Like, physically impossible. If you have multi-skill and you use a skill 10 times in one turn, it's always going to reset itself. So it's always ever going to be a 15-point skill for 70% alt gauge and 70% green gauge buff. That's kind of big. That's kind of good. So that's cool. Her second skill, magic attack damage, 80% for 2 turns, and alt resistance down for 2 turns. This is a good skill. It's 50 points. It's cheap. It lasts for multiple turns. Magic attack damage is the Blanc buff, right? It's not magic attack, so they will work together. And it's multiple turns. 80%, obviously not 100, but it's almost half the cost. So it's a good skill. It is limited to magic characters if you're going to use the most power out of it. So that does limit you to half the game, but it's not that big of a deal. So she's good. She can buff herself as a nuking character. She can rush her own alt, which is good as a nuker. She's got some utility with this green gauge buff, and she's also giving just alt gauge to everyone. So she is a fairly generic character. One restriction, but again, it's half the game. It's not like one force or anything. So she's not bad. Her traits, if you get dupes of her first trait is synergy power. Her second trait is skill points every 2 turns, which isn't bad, but this requires like 4 dupes to get, and that's just, I don't think, not worth it. So Lumi is pretty good. The new Protector Yura is interesting. I don't know if she's super great, but she's definitely interesting. She leads both Tears of the Azir Sea and Fount of Wisdom, extra attack and defense for magic characters, and then gives you 30 skill points for the first 4 turns, 5 turns of the fight. And then her protection skill changes all orbs to green, and then 2 of them are rainbows. So she's covering all of your orb changing. Easy. She also gives every single orb, alt or normal, a full damage follow-up orb. Now this is important, because it's both Soul of Combos, all souls, including Soul of Combos, 100%. Follow-up orbs traditionally do not do that. Like, where's Tempest Elite Trainee? Her follow-up orbs do 50% of your normal orb and 20% of your alt damage. So that is just, it's 20% of what the new character is doing. And then Bride Murin is also the same way, wherever she, right here. She's also got 50 and 20. So we have come a long way from the last time we've gotten follow-up orbs. So it's very powerful. It means you're doing double damage. If you do 2 million damage on your ult with Lumi, then the follow-up orb will also do 2 million damage, which is huge, right? And that applies to everyone, not just Lumi's ult, or not just a normal orb. It's every orb in that hand. You also get the Water Dragon Resonance skill, which is new. And this is... sorry, had to clear my throat there. But this is giving you an extra 70% water attack based on the amount of alt orbs that you are sending in a turn. And it applies itself before you actually ult. So if you were to send 1 alt in a turn and 5 normal orbs, before any of those normal orbs or before that alt goes, you just get 70% water attack. It is only water attack, so you have to be a water character for it to matter. So a bit limitation right there. But if you send up to 3 alts in a turn, which is pretty standard, before anyone hits, you get 210% water attack, which means you're going to hit pretty hard. So she's doing quite a bit here. The follow-up orbs are also water, so they're going to get buffed by that. So she's doing interesting things. Whether or not it's good, I mean, follow-up orbs generally are just another gimmick, kind of like burn, so it's not super impactful. Like, if you can just kill the fight with your ult, then your follow-up orbs don't matter, because they're already dead. And that defeats the whole purpose of the gimmick. So, I don't know how useful it's going to be in the future, but if you're a newer player starting now and you have no team, and you have no water nuker, and you have no green team or speed protector, then Yura is going to be pretty good for you. She's going to work really, really well with this Lumi, because Lumi's going to have 210% water attack and double damage from the follow-up orbs. So it's definitely not a bad team. I think it's better than the Burn team. As far as Banner 1 versus Banner 1 is concerned, I think Yura and Lumi are better than Shion and Benimaru, just by miles. But, is it worth it to summon as a player? Again, if you're a brand new player coming in for the first time, then yes, you'll want to summon for them, because this is the team that's going to be focused on for all of March, until like the 26th, 27th of March. Most of the events that are going to come out are going to be tailored to this team, so you want to summon for what's relevant, and that will get you through. For like mid-game players, or like not new but early game players, is this meta super important for you to summon for? Not really. I don't think they're good enough to break the bank and be like, you must summon. They're so good. They're not quite in that territory. I think they're fine. But being fine when the game gives you like 2,000 crystals a month and there's 3 banners a month, and pity for a battle character is 6,000, like, you really have to take stock in what you're summoning for. You really have to summon for characters who bring an insane amount of value, like Blanc, like Violet, like the Masked Hero, or something like that. So, as of right now, I don't think this meta is worth summoning for. There are still 2 more banners that are going to come out, probably on the 5th and the 12th for me. So the next couple of Thursdays, we will have a banner. And we'll see how this meta actually turns out. Rimuru, probably going to be one of those characters, since Lumi's ability release board requires Rimuru. We know from the data mine that the next Valor Cup is the Murin Cup, so maybe we get a summonable Murin. I don't know if she actually has a big role in the movie or not. I don't know. But also keep in mind that we do have the part 1 of the Scourge Wielder meta coming back sometime in the future. We don't have a date on this yet, but this is in the data mine, so it is coming. Masayuki, he's okay. You don't need him. Sorry, I had something stuck in my throat that entire time. Elmesia, though. Elmesia is really, really good. Like, she is just about on par with Warrior's Mind Shuna as far as a strong burst physical orange protector. If you do not have Elmesia, she's kind of worth picking up. So keep in mind that this is coming. Also keep in mind that once we get to mid-April, probably around like the 16th or something maybe, we are going to get the pre 4.5 anniversary meta. You know, going historically, Warrior's Mind 2.0 Blanc and Violet came out on April 11th. And we know how good those characters were. So we are not that far away from a banner that historically has value. Like a lot of value. Like best characters in the game value. So right now we are in the Sparkle of Youth meta, the Reckoning meta time slot. We'll have whatever the March meta is, we'll have the first banner. And then somewhere around late March and then mid-April, 15th, 16th-ish date, we will get the pre-Half Annie meta, Half Annie banner. And then we'll actually have the full Half Annie late April. So there is something to maybe save for. And most likely, if they're rerunning Elmesia and Masayuki now, I would bet a decent amount of money that in order to bait people away from summoning for the 4.5 Annie Part 1 banner, they're going to rerun the Masked Hero. They're going to rerun Masked Hero by herself or with Lumi, because everyone fucking wants this hero because she's so goddamn good. So I think there's potential for a lot of things in the future to be coming that are going to be worth summons. And I don't think that this Lumi and this Yura would break that cycle. So I would say for most players, you can skip. If you have a team that can clear EX2 beatdown battle, and there's going to be a lot because EX2 has like 180k HP, you could sneeze on this stage and they'll die. This isn't hard. This is a joke. Inferno and Dire too, they have more HP, yeah. If you have Dragon Hockey, you're probably going to be fine. Quite honestly. If you have the SAO team, you're probably fine. If you have the Festive Memories team, or really any team, you're probably going to do okay in beatdown battle, Inferno. So I wouldn't worry too much about not being able to clear some of these stages. Newer players, don't even worry about Catalyst. You're not going to be able to beat it. You need teams, you need units, you need gear. So I think for most players, you just don't summon for this Lumi and Yura. They're just not good enough to warrant spending hard-earned crystals. They do not break the game. They're not godly characters. They're good. They're not godly. And you should be summoning for godly characters when they come out. And there's the potential to have some of those godly characters either come out for the first time or return within the next 2 months. So please save your crystals for characters that are actually worthwhile, proven, or just utterly broken. Do not summon for every single meta and every single banner that ever comes out. That is how you go into big time banners with 0 crystals. But if you did summon, everyone has those, hopefully 4 free multis. Let me know how your summons went in the comments below. Welcome back to Prime Joker recording content creation. I am here. Showcases will come out shortly. And take it easy, guys. That's it for me, and I will see you all for the showcases. Bye, guys.